So I just want to take a moment out and thank my older brother Joe, one of the kindest, smartest, most honest people I've ever met in my life. He floated me $200 over Zelly to float onward to Srehiak. And I do have $500 in my savings account in Capital One. And that is for the midterm goal. I'm going to save up $500 each month for 3 months and then pay for a graduate class in biostatistics out of pocket and pay for the books. And then I'm thinking, due to COVID-19, maybe moving my Ironman forward, maybe not. I have Expedia refunds for prepaid airplane flights. Short term, I may use part of the money he floated me to fund some more surfing lessons later on in the month. And I think it's a really good idea if you're creating like a 50-page business plan or a 500-page business plan like me. My goal is to cross the billionaire mark. And anyways, create an educational reform tool that helps the UN accomplish the goals of humanity and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, I thought I'd talk a second about opportunity cost and transaction costs. And just like they say, TED Talks is where all good ideas go to spread, and the US Congress is where all good ideas go to die. It's a joke, but what that means is basically ideas are worth really nothing unless they're backed with money. So the US Congress is where people decide, the 100 smartest people, most educated people in the United States who have the most worldly experience, who act as a counterweight to the president, decide which of the millions of good ideas die and which live. So with this money my brother sent me, I have to think really hard. I have to think, okay, I need some more internet for my phone. I need at least 3 backup pairs of headphones to listen to music while I'm running. And maybe I'll pay for surfing lessons. I want to get Fortnite salads. And the beauty of thinking short term, like 1 month at a time, simultaneously midterm and long term, holistic, is I can look at this and be like, hey, that would be totally crazy if I accidentally funded something I don't really care that much about, and it came at the cost of not being able to fund something that I care so much more about. And that's basically the point of doing finances. And I mean, it sounds obvious, but it's like, hey, I have an idea of getting an insurance plan and turning my guaranteed government pension into a structured settlement and maybe building a building. It's not that hard to do. But it's not really that easy to do either. It takes like an obsessive amount of strategy and planning. And just like in basic economics, there are transaction costs. Transaction costs are basically like, there's all these little things you got to do, and eventually you'll wear out before you can do it. So like law enforcement, especially on the internet, they use like 99% transaction cost to move around energy flows, to make sure certain ideas absolutely don't go viral and others, die down very fast, others proliferate. That way there's not like, spontaneous revolutions and Arab Springs all over the world and all that good stuff. And but in your own personal life, if you want to reduce a behavior, increase the transaction cost. If you want to increase in behavior, reduce your transaction cost. And opportunity costs mean there's 2 basic concepts in basic economics: opportunity cost and transaction cost. Transaction costs are like obsessive regulations, obsessive laws, excessive red tapes. And opportunity cost means, hey, if I spend money on this one thing and then I'm out of money, I can't do these other 10 things. So it's better to decide up front what I really care about. That way I have money to do all the things I really give a damn about, and that I don't accidentally run out of money before. I don't want to just like go out and like, Anyway, I could talk about this forever. Plus, I don't even really know if I know what the hell I'm talking about. Top Wiki is like 97% female, and y'all keep asking me to like do basic finance in case your husbands look at my blog or whatever. So thought I'd like read a little bit on some more page 102 of the business plan. So, in the spirit of William H. Gates III, Bill Gates Jr., my little line in the sand will be to get a life insurance policy that will pay at least one person a full-time salary of $36,000 a year for 2 years to serve as the executive editor of Top WikiLeaks, Top Wikipedia, in the untimely event of my death. From pages 221 to 250 of this 500-page business plan book autobiography, before pages 251, 350, second draft of Top Wiki's living document, business plan, I'll write a public will and testament, job description on how to be Top Wiki's editor-in-chief for 2 years and get $72,000 in the process for Joe Jr., Big Andy, Nine the Third, Sohi, Souhan, or Alicia. And then this is Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is a multi-billionaire of Twitter. He used to be a male model before he became a multi-billionaire of Twitter. And so, I don't know, like he kind of inspires me. He donated $1 billion to help fight coronavirus. And I just realized that I have a lot to bring to the table in terms of helping educational reform. Like Michelle Obama jumped in the ring and did Let Girls Learn. Sir Ken Robinson, he gives his TED Talks like, Escape Death Valley, Do Schools Kill Creativity? And Malala Yousafzai won a Nobel Prize, has opened schools in Pakistan with her dad. And I was like, well, what do I have to bring to the table that, none of them are trying to become a billionaire or multi-billionaire like Jack Dorsey. So, like, in a weird sort of way, I'm not trying to go around like Michelle Obama and collect millions of dollars from Japan and give it to Cambodia. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think I can build something thousands of times more powerful than Michelle Obama that's totally sustainable. That, like Donald Trump doesn't defund, now it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anymore. I thought, how could I make Top Wiki something that's hundreds, maybe even thousands of times more powerful and sustainable than Michelle Obama, Sir Ken Robinson, Malala Yousafzai, using capitalism, the concept that pride of ownership and job stability and salary and money often motivate people much more than, hey, will you donate $1? Will you donate $2? Like, hey, I'll give you $250,000 if you help me build this. I'll give that person $60,000 a year if they help me build this. I'll give those 50 people jobs at $50,000 a year if they help me build this other thing. So I'm coming at it from an extremely capitalistic perspective, and I'm sorry for that. It's the way I was raised. I was raised to believe in capitalism. As I've gotten older, I realize how just wildly fucking absurd capitalism is in so many scenarios. But it is my skill set. So that's what totally differentiates me from Sir Ken Robinson, Michelle Obama, and Malala Yousafzai. In 20 different ways, they each beat me. And they're probably all more ethical than me. But I just thought, how can I build something that builds off of what they've done, how they've inspired me, and celebrates them and honors them in the process. So